Hey, what's up, beautiful people? We are here to talk about the new moon on May 11th. This new moon is in Taurus at 21 degrees. So let's get into it. What's going on in the cosmos for this new moon? I'll tell you what, May overall is going to be probably the most transformational month, meaning that we're taking action, stepping into this new chapter, especially as we're coming into eclipse season. And this prequel to the eclipse season is going to be, I feel like a pre-preparation for the energies, because once the eclipse hits, then it's like the dominoes effect is going to fall. Now, this is this is not inherently good or bad. I personally feel like this is going to be a really good thing because the universe is sort of kicking our ass to raise our vibration and wake up and step into the fears and the things that we've been holding ourselves back. So if you've been in like a when there's a lot of energy in fixed signs, this can be like a real strong battle royale in your brain, right, between your ego and your higher self, or you're not really sure, like having a lot of confusion, not really sure which way to go, like feeling conflicting things. These are all the things that are coming up, and as they come up, it like reverberates as this internal conflict, and then it purges out. Now with Pluto retrograde, this internal conflict is going to start to process and come out. Right now, I will say that Saturn is barely moving. Okay, it's sitting at 13 degrees. It's going to go retrograde later on in the month, so we can expect the Saturnian vibe to be pretty potent. All right, but let's bring up the chart here and let's see what's going on for this new moon. So 21 degrees of Taurus, we see that the sun and the moon are 10 degrees away from Uranus. Now that is a bit of a orb away, but we're still going to be feeling that Uranian energy, and the Uranian energy has been hitting us hard this last couple of weeks, from the full moon in Scorpio, when the sun was just 3 degrees away, then the sun transitioned over Uranus, and then the sun exactly squared over to Saturn. We still have the Saturn square Uranus thing going on, and this is all sort of in the same ballpark, right? So this is really going down to the core of our consciousness about our control dynamics, of our where do we want to go in life, and what do we want to do, who do we want to be, the vision of who we are, the values, the morals, the ethics of really, like, if we have an idea of who we are, right? It's like our ego is going through a massive shift, and this was perpetuated from all the energies and Aries that happened just last month. But it's like it brought up this energy, and now it's redefining the energy, right? And Chiron is now at 11 degrees of Aries, so Chiron is now 11 is of course a divine number, but being in the second decan, this is really finally standing into that vulnerability and saying, okay, I'm going to acknowledge this. I'm going to feel this. I am going to allow myself to feel this feeling that I have pushed away for so long because I do not want to fucking feel it. And let's go. Let's move through it. Because of the semi-sextile between Chiron and Uranus, this is allowing that energy to flow through, right? And the sextile between Saturn and Chiron is also, this is a perfect concoction of polarities, right? Now I will say that this new moon is unique in that there is, I'd say, 1.5 yods here going on at the same time. So of course we all know Yod is also known as the finger of God, right? It's a very significant aspect. It's 2 quincunxes with a sextile. So we have 1 Yod, which with 2 quincunxes and a sextile, which is from Mars at 11 degrees of Cancer to the South Node at 10 degrees of Sagittarius, quincunx over to to Uranus, and Uranus is sextile over to Mars. So the Mars Uranus sextile is beautiful energy. It's amazing. But when we have these quincunxes like this, all right, it adds a much deeper, more profound soul level lesson that we're going to be learning and experiencing and going through. So wherever this is in your chart, remember, a yod is also known as the finger of God, and when it transits, the point at which the yod comes together is where the learned lesson is. Okay, so it's like going up, it's coming up into the trauma, then feeling it, seeing it, faking it. Oh, this sucks. I don't know. It's like, it's sort of like unconscious. Then it becomes conscious. Then you have to integrate. All right. So as we go into this energy, it's super uncomfortable. We don't know what the hell is going on. Maybe tower moments are happening in our life. Then we have an epiphany, see aha moment. Oh, okay, I get it. All right. Now we're like, holy fuck, that just changed my life. Now I'm going to come back into reality and then integrate it into the sextile of the Mars and Uranus. And the learning point here is the South Node of Sagittarius. This is about letting go of the past, letting go of people, places, and things that no longer serve you, letting go of ideas that you might have had in the past that you wanted to do, having a new layer of a vision for your life that you want to create, having a new understanding of who you are in the world, having a new set of boundaries. Like with all this change going on, we may have shifted what we're willing to tolerate or what we're willing to accept or be around, if you will, around other people. So this is where, like, we can't take it personal, right? So like, say, you have people that you care about and you love, around you, you have to start speaking up. This is where you have to start speaking up, because when that feeling inside you is like, no, this doesn't feel right, that doesn't feel right, I need to stick to my boundaries. This is where we're going to be called to really need to step into our boundaries. Like, you know what? No, I got it on my heart. This is what I feel like. This is where I'm at. This is where I am. And I'm being honest with you, and then let go of the outcome, whatever happens. Okay, thank you very much. Do it with love. Thank you. And let the outcome be whatever is in the highest and best good for all, right? And sometimes when you're in the middle of your shit, it's hard to see that. But we're going to be seeing a lot of triggers being cracked open around this time. And especially we have Jupiter at 29 degrees, the anorectic degree of Aquarius. So we've been getting bombarded this last like 4 or 5 months with this Aquarian type energy, really infusing us into this new type and way of being. So I feel like this is really going to activate, like almost hyperactivate this whole like new vision world scene idea of what we want our life to look like. Because look, on the outside world, life looks so uncertain, so mysterious, and we have no idea where it's going to go or what it's going to do. And when there's all this uncertainty, then we start to try to figure out, okay, how are we going to figure out what we're going to do here? What's our next move there? What's our, like, is our business going to go in this direction or in that direction? And this is where, again, these intuitive insights, we have to come back to our heart, because we get too much in our head, which, let me tell you, okay, I'm guilty of it a lot myself. This energy is fucking powerful. So when this energy activates that creative insight, go with it. But if it turns into a dismal, like frustrating, like, oh shit, how am I going to handle all this? Then take a break, stop. Okay. Because with all this massive amount of change, not just physically, not just in our 3D reality, but emotionally, all right, mentally, psychologically, like with all the details that are out there in our 3D reality, everything is about to start changing. People's belief systems are really solidifying in these two different areas, and it's really breaking down. And we're seeing people are migrating, and people are, being drawn to different areas, different places, different things. Follow your heart in the direction that it wants to go, and learn to navigate that process of the feelings that come up when you do, like, because really there's always like 3 or 4 good things and then 2 or 3 bad things, or there's always a give and take, and especially with Mercury being in Gemini and in shadow right here right now. All right, we're going to be super crazy analytical, and if you are a Gemini, you probably are already over analytical, but not to mention that that Mercury is conjunct the North Node. So this is us thinking about the future, thinking about going into and how to set it up and where to go and who to be, and then the feeling of it, Chiron, who do I have to be to step into this new version of ourselves? And then Jupiter at the last degree of Aquarius, really, what's the big picture of, like, why am I doing this mission for humanity, and how's it going to happen, and where's it going to go, and who's it going to be? And so many layers of like for the outside planets, like all these energies are very, they're interwoven. And if we have contradicting feelings, they're going to come up because, and then we're going to have to go into those feelings, right? Like there's going to be a lot of internal work here, because it's going to make us need to get honest with ourselves about, look, like, what do we want? Where do we go? I mean, with Mars and Uranus being a part of this yod and the node, this is faded energy. This is a very, very faded month. All right. Now, the second half of yod, there's two quincunxes with no sextile. So, um, I mean, I feel like it's a yod, but the sextile is like what makes it function. So this is more like a dysfunctional yod. So it could be even a little bit more chaotic. And the learn lesson here, oh boy, is from Saturn, is at Pluto. I mean, I'm sorry, at Mars. And Mars is in conjunct to Saturn, right? So these aspects right here, man. I mean, Mars doesn't like to be in Cancer, and well, Saturn's pretty much, like the ancient ruler of Aquarius. So Saturn is ruling this shit here. So emotionally, we're going to be feeling like maybe we emotionally can't handle it, or we don't know how to process all this shit that's coming up, right? And because Mars is also aspecting the South Node here with the other yod, we maybe some stuff we really don't know what we have to bring up. This could be bringing up like ancestral lineage kind of traumas and things like that. Mars in Cancer, I mean, Mars wants to go. Mars wants to make it happen, but it's like, all right, but first, you got that stuff buried deep, dude. You got to dig it up, and you got to get it out. All right. So, I mean, this is going to be a very purgative time, and a lot of change. Now that Mercury is in Gemini, during Gemini season, this is mutable, changing fast. Everything is very, very shifting all over the freaking place. Okay. So we also have Black Moon Lilith that is conjunct at 22 degrees of Taurus with the sun and the moon. So this tells me that, there's a desire, a need to really express our individuality, express our creativity, but it's almost like sort of like a rebellious, like, fuck you, I'm going to do what I want to do. Right. Like, I'm not going to let these fucking people hold me down. I'm going to go make my shit happen. I'm going to go be me, and you're not going to do a damn thing about it, kind of thing. Right. Like, that's the kind of vibe that I'm feeling from that. Just, on the shadow side of that, this could be extreme frustrations and addictions and like doing something stupid. So please don't do anything stupid. That would be, well, stupid. So, but I'm sure if you're watching this, you're not going to do anything stupid. I know that. All right. We have Neptune at 22 degrees of Pisces. 22 degrees. Like, I mean, dude, our again, psychic capacity is just getting blasted layer by layer by layer, wide the fuck open. And it is sextile. Yes, Neptune is sextile this new moon. That is so. This new moon is going to be incredibly psychedelic, trippy, like almost like you had this one belief system, then just maybe somebody walks by you and you felt the energy rush. Oof, what the fuck was that? You just changed my whole philosophy on life just by a feeling or an experience, right? That's what Neptune sextile the new moon can do, something like that. All right, so really, okay, you don't want to be like numbed out, but you really want to be in tune with your energy when around this time. I mean, of course, we want to always, but in particular with this new moon, this is going to be very, very important. Okay, so a lot of people are doing like new moon, full moon ceremonies and shit like that. So I recommend trying that out. But let's see the 21st degree of Taurus, inside degrees. All right, I'm going to this real quick because this philosophy actually really speaks to me. It's a statue of Hermes decked with brightly colored garlands. Hermetic wisdom revived. Two extreme polarities, the far inside and the far outside. expressively playful, tricky, fluent, and engaging, inwardly contemplative, studious, brooding, and lost to the world, guided from within to stay entirely secluded and solitary in your inner life, yet transmuting your solemnities into accessible bits and pieces in all familiar contexts. A way to render unto Caesar and still serve the highest. An arduous task, an arduous track. The ultimate challenge to throw the self off and take the self on as it is appropriate. Strategic incarnation under special assignment. Now, that under special assignment is what I was really feeling, right? Because we have a yod. A yod is the finger of God. We are answering the call. We are answering our soul's call. That why we incarnated into this life, into this experience. We are answering the call to that higher purpose, to that higher self, and we're all feeling it, right? And this feeling is getting bigger and bolder and stronger, and it requires us to have strength and have faith and have trust. And the more that we trust, the more that we will magnetize through our law of attraction, right? All the things, the resources that we need in order to get to where we want to go. So this is the way that things are going to be done in the future. And there are many, many people out there like you and me, right, that are starting to figure this out and really starting to put it into practice. So I want you guys, if you're watching this, to set an intention really, like with the sun and the moon in Taurus. This is in your physical body, right? Like, you really want to take care of yourself. You really want to have a better life. You really want to grow. You really want to be the best version of you, right? So this is the month, or around this new moon, right? In particular, this is the time to sit down and write down the things, or write down, speak it out, make a video, like somehow communicate it to yourself, right? Being honest with yourself. This is what I want. This is where I'm going. This is what I deserve. I work my fucking ass off. I have done so much shit and I paid my dues. This is what I deserve. Believe it, like create like almost like a drill sergeant in your mind. Like, I deserve this. I believe it. Yes, 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 yes. The more you continue to remind yourself that you deserve all this shit. Saturn is going to be still, and Saturn is all about, discipline and the ego and being stuck in our control dynamics. So with it being slowed down, it's almost like we're getting an opportunity to really talk to ourselves. But the conversation is going to come up against difficult energy. Okay. The resistance from the lower vibrational version of us that is now dead. It's no longer here. It's no longer who we are, right? We've shed that version of ourselves. We have grown into someone new, and now we are ready to step up into this next version of who we are. Okay? While these energies are in Taurus, we need to go slow. We need to go within. We need to embody, right? Taurus represents the physical bodies, our morals, our ethics, what we want. We have to fully embrace and embody all this stuff that we want to create. As we get in the Gemini season, that is when we start to get the divinely guided intuitive guidance to step forward, step through, step into this new world of what we want to create and who we want to be. All right? So, with manifestation, it's a process. And typically speaking, there's that one spot, that one step. I'm actually going to break this down to like six different phases of manifestation. I've been thinking about this a lot. But everybody gets stuck at one or more spots, right? And so this experience here, especially on this new moon, is going to really highlight that feeling. What is it that's holding you back? It's going to bring it up to the surface because you cannot carry that with you where you're going. You are meant to be so much more. You are blessed, and you are here for a mission in this world. And the world needs you. Okay? So really step into this energy, because we want to maximize the Uranian flow. And the more we can stay in the present moment with that energy, which can be difficult sometimes because it's so explosive and it's so erratic and it's so in your face, right? We have to be careful that, we don't go too far off one way. We got to reel ourselves back in and, take care of ourselves. So surround yourself with people that support you, that help you grow, that help you move. Believe that you deserve it. Release any kind of feeling or behavior or pattern that would suggest otherwise. All right. And then just sit in the process and trust. We have to trust and have faith that these new beginnings are coming, and that the great things that the universe wants to provide to us is on its way. All right. So thank you guys very much for tuning in. I appreciate you all so very much. Please like, share, and subscribe to my channel. Check me out on Instagram, spiritual_bodybuilder. If you'd like a reading from me or to join the Bomb Ass Opportunity Community, it is, if you join the Opportunity Community, you get 30% off all my services. Okay. So let me know. I love you all very much. And I hope you have a beautiful, wonderful new moon, 21 degrees Taurus. Out.